Good afternoon. We are the delegates from
the Narrative Empire Corps.
I'm Adan Reformina.
I'm Marjorie Sangle.
I'm Ariel, Cano.
I'm Juruena.
And I'm Franceska, Adan.
And we are here to tell you more about the narrative report.
A narrative report is a report of connected events, actual or imaginary, presented in a sequence of written, spoken words, or still moving images. It is an appraisal report, presented in descriptive paragraphs. The purpose of a narrative report is to provide concise descriptions of your major contributions and achievements to those outside your reach. Now that you know the concept of a narrative report, the next thing you should know is how to write a narrative report. Ariel?
How to write a narrative report. First is to know the principles of narrative. Your goal is writing an action or event. What specifically resulted from those actions and events and how others may have reacted in the aftermath. Number 2, avoid actual names. Use fictitious names in place to protect the innocent or guilty alike. Second, it is important to record everything in chronological order, as it happens so the entire story remains factually correct. Number 3, stick with the 5 W's. The 5 W's need to strict adherence throughout your entire report, since these questions are always the narrative basis which people will expect to read in order. Now you know how to write a narrative report. Now, let's proceed to the parts of the narrative report.
Parts of a narrative report.
The first part of the narrative report is title page. This is the most formal reports. It consists mainly of 4 components, which is the title, the complete identification of the reader, and the writer, and the date. Strive to make it concise but complete description of the report's purpose and topic. Second is transmittal document. Generally, it replaces the conversation of the writer would have with the reader if the report were being handed over in person. The third is table of contents. A table of contents will help readers locate material. The table of contents shows the major sections of the report and page each begins on. The next part of the narrative report, March.
Go.
And the fourth part of the narrative report is abstract or executive summary. This section provides the readers with a quick overview of the report's key sections. In most cases, the summary should be no longer than 1 page or 10% of the whole report. And the fifth is introduction. Introduction contains a number of elements, some of which are required and some of which are optional. Every introduction should include the purpose of the report. The last necessary item is the plan of development, in which the writer tells the reader how the body of the report is organized.
Go.
And the last part of the narrative report will be discussed by Jessica.
Next is the body. The body of the report should be clearly organized, coherent, should employ the right degree of objectivity, and should also use the correct time perspective. Then, the conclusion and recommendation. Conclusions are convictions or beliefs based on the findings of the study, while recommendations are the actions you are suggesting based on.
Now that you know the concepts, the how to write, and the parts of a narrative report, here are some tips on giving a good narrative report. First thing in mind is clarity. Complex words and syntax are a hindrance to clarity and should be avoided. Ideas should be presented clearly and well distributed between sentences and paragraphs. Don't describe each and every one of your movements. You should avoid the second-person narrative. As you know, narrative report is written in first person, always written in first-person point of view. An important part of the narrative report is the fact that the writer or reporter experienced the events described. And last but not the least, dynamic word choice is key. Avoid passive sentence construction and always use your sentence in a passive voice.
Here is an example of the narrative report. As you can see, in the first part of the narrative report, title page is where you can find the letterhead and the heading, which is located at the topmost part of this page.
Next is the approval sheet, table of contents, dedication, acknowledgement, and the introduction.
Our example is a week-to-week narrative report which starts with the summary of week 1, then the whole activities that was done over the week, as well as with the preceding weeks. Our example is composed of 6-week daily work activities. In every summary, you can find the name of the student trainee, company, total number of hours, and in the lower part which is approved or certified by the trainer.
Next is the learnings, which is followed by the conclusion. This is one of the most important part in the narrative report.
And that is narrative report.
What you gonna do with that dessert? Do what, do I,